Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, so um, blueprints. Let me switch over here. I was expecting to have a bit more time. You may notice my foundation moved. There's a lot of offline stuff I did, and we'll get to that. However, I got the gear wrench. Wait, doesn't isn't the gear wrench supposed to make gear rooms appear more frequently? Anyway, so the reason why I am playing a playthrough first is because I thought this was just going to be another offline playthrough, or an offline run. But then I realized that I got the gear wrench, and I wanted to stream the run with the gear wrench. So the reason, let's just back up a bit. So we had the note that has clues to all the sanctum keys. One of them said behind the last door of 8. I thought this meant the 8 safes, but the 8th safe has been completely absent from everywhere I've looked. It was funny because I was talking to my siblings and they were like, "Isn't the orchard gate one of the safes? Because it said if you count small gates." And I was like, "Well, the library book says 7 out of 8, so I don't know what to tell you." So the reason this matters is the mechanarium has one door for each gear room in your house. While I was offline doing my offline progress, I found out that there are corner doors in the mechanarium. Now, obviously, so you always have the one door you came through. So if you just have a blank mechanarium, three in no other rooms around it, 3 gears will get you the adjoining doors on the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. However, if you have more than 3, you'll start getting doors in the corner. This means, can reveal up to 8 different doors depending on the parameters at the time of creation. I know one of the doors is guaranteed to have a what's the word? Antechamber lever. I found that out completely by accident. I believe last time I played it, I had 2 diagonal doors, and the second one had a silver key. I'm thinking I need to get all 4 diagonal doors. Now, I also found out that, let me go through my house history. Yeah. Try to find the house where this worked. Oh no, I have to go all the way back? Why is there no fast forward button? I'm on like day 102 or something. Look at this. So many days. Okay. You can see all my experiments. There we go. So this is the one where I had 2 diagonal doors, and I think it had 1 there. So let me count the number of other gear rooms I had, because I also don't know if it counts itself. 1, 2 from security. Is this the one where I had 2 diagonal? Oh no, this was the one where I had 2 diagonal. It was 1 from workshop, 2 from boiler room, 3 for security, 4 for lab. Did this have an extra door that I missed? Oh, unless the workshop... No, the workshop was placed... Anyway, so it doesn't spawn doors if there is not an adjoining door for it to connect to. I think it counts the antechamber, even if the antechamber lever has not been pulled. So in this instance, I had 2 doors blocking it, or 2 walls blocking it, and then 1 there. So 1, let me just recount this, 2, 3, 4. So I might have had 3 doors, 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have had 3 diagonal doors and I didn't pay attention, but that's still not all of them. So my main goal for this run is to get as many gear doors as I can in order to well, you know, the thing I said. Also, did I not change the volume? No, I did. Okay, it's at 75. That's good. Oh, yeah, now I can hear it. Also, I have the guest bedroom now. It has a key, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't know what happens if you guess right, because I'm not sure if it actually worked. Oh, the hovel is one that you can actually get? That's kind of wild. I'm going to wait a little bit, because there are a few options that I could choose for that. I usually just assume servants' quarters if it has a key, but I don't know if that's the case or not. So yeah, my goal is to get as many gear rooms as I can, and then find a place where I can slot the thing into. Okay. Gonna get a nursery. Get some of the dead ends out of the way. God, there's so many things I want to bring up, but they happened offline, and I don't want to do things out of order chronologically, except... Remember this image? It's been bothering me. So, thinking of the castle, cipher, puzzle, clue, hint, riddle, whatever you want to call it. Puzzle, clue, hint, riddle. Anyways, the castle thing in the chessboard room. This is a 3-letter word starting with a C. And it's been bothering me because I can't figure out where else this is supposed to do anything. It's a cat looking at the words cat. Now, again, I'm not really sure what to do with that, but the fact that this is a oblique, like unique piece of paper that has gone unutilized until now at least, means that, I mean, come on. It's weird. It's not like lore relevant either. There's a lot of unused info that's just for the lore in the story, which is fair. You know, that's cool. Things like the letter in her ladyship's tomb. There's a few things I found offline that are like this. There's the entirety of the info in the archives. Uh-oh, my mechanical pencil's running low on lead. Shit. I have 2 mechanical pencils in my room. Oh, the other one's on the floor. Hold on, let me grab that. Got it. Yeah. Okay. I've been meaning to make a list of weird notes that don't do anything yet. Cat from kennel. There's 6 or 0 locker room. There is 1100 grotto. And then I'm gonna leave the other one in the locker room alone. The one that's like the detective looking for room 46, I think. And there's a lot of things like the moon pendant, the grotto's mentioned. So anyways, yeah, this is very suspicious. The fact that it's 3 letters, which fits into the blanks of castle, makes sense. One thing to note is that it is the word castle minus some letters. The word cat is found within castle. However, I don't think that's the case for everything, because if E is the last word, or the last letter, then there's not 2 letters following E. There are a lot of anagrams you could do, as in like using the letters in castle as a letter bank, because castle is 6 unique letters. However, that doesn't really help, because you can do things like 8 or ace or ale. Now, ace is present in the picture cipher, as well as some other things like Well, tag doesn't have an accompaniment. Is T? I don't think T is. And I don't even think cat is either. So I don't think it's related to that. And so I don't think it's anagrams or like words you can make with the letters in castle, because there's too many possibilities. I don't want to do the hallway closet yet because I'm more worried about losing out on doors. I'd like to keep myself from having one door. Is it possible? Oh yeah, my stars are at 34 right now. That's something else that happened off stream. Well, so much for that. So much for the whole door thing I was talking about. I still only have one gear. I want at least 3. Or no. At least 4. That's a gear. Room is common. Okay. I think I do want to activate this. I don't have any dice though, but that means archive could come up, or weight room. I mean, weight room is fine, but I actually don't think I want to do that. So, specifically the boiler room. Well, archive appeared anyways. Not much else is really good, but I'm still gonna do this. I'd much rather get the dice from the boudoir than, you know, do anything else. And the gem, of course. Can I get a branching path, please? I mean, that counts, but it also kind of doesn't. I need to open up the left side again. The thing with the boiler room is that if you provide power to one of its doors, you're more likely to get the appropriate other rooms from it. I'm gonna just buy everything now. Or, not the torch. I don't think I need the torch, but I will buy these. It's honestly getting to the point where I could probably stop doing the night and switch to a different chest piece. Commissary. Though this isn't a real door. Take all of these. Oh, but it's a key card door, which has a higher chance of being rare, including the security room. Yes. Yes, that is common. Thank you. Something I keep running into is I set the security level high, and then I get security doors pointing to where the secret garden is supposed to be, and so I can't use the secret garden key, and it's really sad. However, I think I am gonna set the level high here. Yeah, with break room and well, yeah, just with break room giving me a key card, pretty much, unless I have something that requires that I end the day in a certain room, I pretty much always draft break room and then end the day there. Oratory. Right, there'd I put my phone. I'm a little scattered right now because I actually didn't expect to be streaming this immediately. But I also, you know, hold on, wait. I also wasn't expecting to get the gear wrench on my first run of the day. But I was kind of expecting to just do more offline progress for like a week and then do a bigger catch-up. Though it's already going to be a big catch-up today, to be fair. I mean, all of these are fine, but I think small chest in the entrance hall is better. Though aquariums in the draft pool is very funny with sleep mask, but I don't need it. I don't need a frog suit. Library. Going to grab this. Sure, I have too many keys because of clock tower. Yeah, I think I'll use one redraw here. Utility closet's a gear. I think I want to make it common because even if I don't get the mechanarium on this run, I can at least set it up for later. Yeah. Okay, well, I think I do want to reroll here. This is also not good. Take the ballroom, I guess. Shit, okay, it shouldn't be this hard to find the... There it is. I was like, it's the ballroom. The floor is glass, practically. Yes. Night shield the weight room. Perfect. I can also flip this lever now. Weight room has key door. Security. I cannot do the thing with archives, sadly, and I'm not ready to risk archives. Honestly, I don't know if I needed to shield the weight room now that I think about it, because like, oh, I can make a jackhammer now, or the power hammer actually. There is a reason why I might be interested in doing the power hammer, but it's kind of neither here nor there at this point. I'll do gymnasium. Do I have a garden key? No. What was that? Oh, maybe it was like a... I forget, does the gymnasium have like floor scuff sounds? It would be funny if it did. I mean, I have the breaker box. So like, I can always do that. Okay. Wow, okay. Either way, it's gonna be a dead end. Planetarium, by the way, I found out a bunch of stuff for the planetarium. As you can see, again, that is stuff that happened offline, and I'm doing this out of order. Out of chronological order, rather. As you will see later. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't... Oh, God, what was that? Slow down. Oh, it's bad. I was like, I didn't turn off the dark room. I should do that. And then, suddenly, like, horrible lag. I don't even have that much open. Is it the EA launcher? Let me close the EA launcher. I don't need to play The Sims right now. Treasure trove, yes. This is the other big thing right now. The other, like, major dead end, or not dead end, but the other lead. The sacred hour is not technically on the hour. I guess that's referring to the clock tower. Which, there is something interesting about that. The stopped clocks in the room 46 also point to the same time as the stopped clock in the clock tower, aka the time you need for the clock tower. So, it's pretty interesting. What else? Don't tell me there's another... Oh, I missed a coin pile, of course. Coin pile pro. Bark, bark, bark. Oh, the other thing is I keep messing up in unlocking doors that would lead to the secret garden. As in, like, the laboratory. You common. How many gears is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty good number. But like I would either use kennel or vestibule and make that mistake. Be like, dang it. Okay. Please have chronograph? Yes. Emerald bracelet. I'll just buy everything. Why not? Doesn't have moon pendant, so I'm not worried about inventory size. When they have moon pendant, I try not to buy everything and only buy what I need and what I'm okay with getting the next day. How did I not do this earlier? Oh, maybe I just didn't go into the dove code earlier. Okay, so I want to go backwards now. For a few reasons. I think I just lost a bunch of gems. So obviously turn on the dark room. Might as well do that. Then I can go back to the front entrance and open the chests that have appeared, which might contain ivory dice. And this is all so I can try to force the mechanarium somewhere. Currently, I am running a bit low on doors. Had to think of the word. Yeah. Okay, no dice. No dice. I might as well make something while I'm at it. That, and... let's make the jackhammer. John Hammer. Okay, and then sometimes I wonder, like, you can put the whatchamacallit items in here. Wait, there's no chronograph. Huh. So, yeah, you can put some of the showroom items in there, but I don't think you can actually, like, do anything with them. Also, I'm just gonna guess this is actually the... It's not bedroom, it's not boudoir, because I think that would have dice. I guess this is servants' quarters. Alright, so... I think now I want to go to the dark room. Get the one below it, and then the one to the side of it. Though, if the mechanarium appears in the one below it, that would be... That might be enough, actually. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't need to go up there. Let's see. Because what did I say I was at? 5? With the lab? I believe I've seen every Great Alzara video. Luckily, I do know now that there is a way to, like, go over those, so... Very handy. Go and check up here. Yeah. With this whole time thing, there are a lot of things that actually hint towards it, or point towards it. It's kind of interesting. Those are the 2 prints that he wanted again. her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as, yeah. Yeah, I can't tell if there's anything to do with that specific picture. Oh my god, if I got the mechanarium next to that, or next to here, I mean, it would also be good here. It's like, do I want to redraw for it, though? Kinda. Okay, let's rewind last draft, and let's just go with mailroom. So, okay, while I'm here, I can, this one bothers me. So, he's talking about the microchips in the grotto. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you and have left one of the microchips in the grotto for ready access. However, you'll have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Randolph, and it has the hammer. What does he mean by this? Now, with a new clue regarding that goddamn book, there are a few things to mention with that. However, there are things that I also encountered offline, and so I'm not going to get into them yet. This run might be a bit of a dud as far as my main objective. It depends. Let's see. Do I go out of the dovecoat, or... I think I do the dovecoat so I can rotate. Oh, hey, running shoes. I didn't even see those. Okay. Well, so here's the problem. I don't need it right now. It'll have 1, 2, 3. So, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, and then only 2 corners. So unfortunately, while I did in fact draft it, which, what is its rarity? Standard? Okay. While I did in fact draft it, it is not exactly in a great spot for me. I still want to keep as many doors open as I can. Unfortunately, since you can't use, the prism key from a blue room, I can't use that to try to force the mechanarium to appear. Oh, right. There's always one that blends in with the rest of the keys, or with the key holder. Beauty is in the eye of the key holder, of course. I don't know, scrote check. All right. Moment of truth. Final door. Peas and thank you? Fucking damn it. All right, let's see. God, that sucks. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. I really need study, or I need to grind for Inkwell in order to make this work. So I'm gonna go over to the planetarium and end the day there, because I didn't get break room. Well, I guess that means that I can, after I do this, just go over to the videos, because there's a lot to go over. Oh, Mambo, there's a lot to go over. Cool. It ended up not really helping me. Okay. So let's see. Go through. Let me minimize a few things, or three. Go through my recorded videos folder. And then, did I delete the previous blueprints videos? I think I did. Bit of a gap there. Just see. Oh shit, hold on. So the clock puzzle reset too. Hold on. Why is it showing the incorrect monitor? Okay, that was weird. Ooh. Luckily the solution was the same, so it was a lot easier. Alright. Let's see what we get. Please be Vera. It's Carrerica. Carrerica Ferrera. Back at it again. I'm gonna go in this room. This is a Raja. So, here's my thought. Let's get the number of rays right. I believe it was 3 for railways? Yeah. Okay. I gotta go grab a drink real quick. But, I mean, I'll have the video playing. Raja's poetry, which is the little flower. The little flower, there it is. And then, yeah, the main problem is that changing the, like, makeup of the rays also changes the color outside. So, properly brute forcing this, which is an oxymoron to say the least. What? Fine, I'll go storms. See how I feel. I mean, granted, the train thing is also a guess, technically. I'm just guessing that the 3 main, like, regions of Arindia are all train-based, since it did mention the train spanned the entire shit. The entire shit. What even is this weather? Oh wait, no, it is right. Never mind. Yes. Okay. So that is rain, I believe. I think that means I'm probably right about that hunch. I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain during my time here, as every Irajan story I've ever heard has begun with rain. Suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will have to do without the flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Yena, Ajlor Lorja, Yena, Ajlor Loon. Herbert. That doesn't say which stop it is, but sure. Purple. Violet tells me to introduce they created as a simple reflection. They go south. Yep. Okay, so I mean, oh, I see. Oh, right, okay. So I do that? Is that right? No, that's not right. Or is it right? not right. Or is it right? That puts that there. Which I can then use to put that there. The reason that matters is because now I can shimmy the green into the top. And then that goes down. So I have one in one corner. To get the other one in the other corner. How do I do this? If I can get the black one there, it would help. I don't know if I can, though. Oh, I can. Through that method. And then that. Nice. Okay. So then, let's see. For our cherries. So this one should be a little easier because set this to 3. And then this one is the lightning, which indicates storms. It is yellow, which is the sort of zigzag. So it should just be the symbol that I don't know. Okay. Yes! What was that? Was that like... industrial. What? Let me mark down these while I'm thinking about it. So Raja was rain. So I'm noticing now that the construction of this is actually really interesting. So the wheel right there determines the amount of rays, and it's the one with spokes in the middle. The one on the outside determines the color, and it's on the outside. And then the top one right there is the one that changes the specialty, and its lever is in between the rays. You can't really see that from the position when you actually like manipulate it, but the device itself is configured like one of the runes, which is really neat. And then this had industrial. Okay. Carrerica. So Carrerica has both transportation and weather that I don't know, but I have its color and like specialty. Arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Archaries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times for business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and factories. I will instead trek along the northern coast, an area of which I am wholly unfamiliar. First City of Steel. Oh. Not able to actually view that, am I? Yep. Number of ship routes and trade relations between the two realms is not surprising. Fittingly, the variation itself was based on the brass compasses manufactured in archeries, often traded to sailors in exchange for the valued Mora puzzle boxes. When pressed, yellow tiles move north. Yep. So then I think the bigger issue for this one is getting everything down. Do that. So now I need a way to get a black on the bottom, which I feel like is a bit easier said than done. I mean, I can do that. And then I do that. Do that. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Nice. So is he just going like what's the word? Clockwise? Interesting. I kind of want to double check. The stamp said 5, but that could be just a denomination of currency, which I think makes sense. The ink stamp said 6. That one doesn't have any number on it. Easier for me. Carrerica. Don't know enough about the... I'll just go to the next one. Oh. Well, it's green. Do I know what green is? Is anything? Wait, no, actually, something is green, isn't it? Because I know the green rules on the puzzle box. That could be nuance. I think I have everything else as colors. Let's see, Fen Aries is red, Arinda is black, Araj is purple, Arch Aries is yellow, Carrerica is orange, Vera is pink, Morajai is white. Which would then mean my pencil fell. Nuance is green. That's actually kind of big news. Nuance, which is the diamond, is green. Air, presumably. And then it could have industry. It could be academic. I'm not sure. Let's see. Where did I write down the colors? Oh, wait. No, that was one that I just have a picture of. All right. Well, I'll get that written down. But I'm so glad to have found this. Also, the wall was not in the... well, I guess I haven't gotten the power hammer yet this run, but I don't think the classroom had any sort of breakable wall. All right, final exam part 2. Let's do this. Turned north at Tanner Fork and drove 2 hours north and passed 4 flags riding at Trisdale at noon. Those are all red flags. Because it's Tanner Fork. Sam live? Right, so this is the problem, is I didn't catch whether it means city or where. I'm gonna go with the Grand City of Fen. Associated with hallways, orange. Please patriotic room pairing is Greenhouse and Carrerica, my favorite musical. Gives you 3 steps. I believe that's Banan, so yellow. That is 0. 5 divided by 2 times 2 divided by 2. No, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, times 2 is 24, 3, 15, 16, 11? Go back. Okay, yeah. Imagine being colorblind in Araja, or in Fenaries, I guess. Shit must suck ass. 40 divided by 5 is 8, minus 4 is 4, negative 3, negative 6, 1. That is negative 1, negative 8, negative 4, 1. Carbon. Isn't this neon? Oh god. Was it... Oh no, I forgot already. Luckily, I have plenty of time. Neon. Wasn't it MT? Because... HO is holmium. Oh no, it's LL. Gold Roger. So that's silver. Am I right? Yeah. Clues. Radon. 2. That was Turnsdale Lake. Larger than Reddington. I want to say it's 2, and it's Grand City of Fen and the main one. So it's not near Fen Aries. Guerrerica. Arch Aries is that. North of Araja is Fen Aries. Take this exam. It would be Mount Holly. I think Fen Aries. Since that says Fen Aries, I believe this is current day. So it goes by Fen Aries, not Orinda Aries. B. Haybill and Mug of Ale. Jungle was not displayed. What's the word that jungle would be paired with? Ungle? Oh yeah, I called my uncle today. He's doing pretty well after the surgery. It was either Trinsdale or Realize. I think it's Realize is not being displayed. This is Orinda and Orindia. This was Desolate's 4th. That was 6th era after the War of the 5th era. That was 22 years, I believe. First capital city of Fen Aries. I want to say is Reddington. This was Nuance, which we learned just now. So it's just near what famous landmark? I believe this was near Colossus Orinda. Okay, 36. That's 9 minus 3, so 6. 21. Okay, this thing I wasn't sure about. It's 11 divided by 3, and then rounded, I believe. So I believe one line was rounded to the nearest. So 11 divided by 3 is like, what? 3.8? I want to say this is 4. Then that is 16, plus 5 is 21, times 2 is 42, minus 1 is 41, flip the numbers is 14, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, times 3 is 7.5, which I thought the 2 lines meant go the opposite. So I'm just going to spoil this now. I didn't know the rules for the wavy lines at the time, but now I do, so I'm just going to skip over the math where I get the math wrong. And then The essentially, I kind of do terrible. I still don't understand Orogen, and obviously the math I got a lot wrong, or the algebra I got a lot wrong, and then the I still don't know if you're supposed to say this conversationally using the tree, or if it's just like the clearest way is just in at is, right? Anyways. And then this one I understand now. I believe it's D, because it's 64, and then you flip the digits, which is 46. And I believe, like, also it's that and then that, so it's like an 8-pointed star, except with a square inside a diamond, so not really. But that seems to be the closest thing that I can think of. The fact that it's 46 makes sense with room 46. Alright, I got my report card. B, history, algebra, and Orogen, and geography. Oh god. It's better than last time. What is, hold on. Hold on. What is on my, hold on. What is on my, hold on. What is on my, hold on. What is that sound? I meant to hit the mute microphone button. I knew this came with a built-in soundboard that I don't think I've touched at all. Why does it have just like funk music or something? I thought it would be like a, I don't know, claps or applause or even a sensor beep, but I didn't know I was playing a fucking Type Moon, or not Type Moon, French bread game. At least. Algebra stuff I have no idea about. Huh, okay. Well, it's good enough. Okay, so I have the shrine. It was one of the blessings allows you to get rooms from the house into the outer room. And it was, I believe, this should allow me to get it. The monk. If you call it a day at a room in your house, you'll have the opportunity to draft that room from the grounds the following day. I have that for 4 days, meaning I have 4 days to try to get a room with 4 doors in there. We shall see how that goes. Additionally, it's worth noting that the shrine is the last room I have now to search for the, like, secret distillery. If there's no power hammer locations in it, then I'll be very confused and a little concerned as well. But I'll go ahead and end the video so that I can, Alright, well this run was kind of a wash. However, I did get a passageway, which is a pretty good one with 4 doors. In fact, I think it might be the only one with 4 doors that I actually got, so call it a day here. I am just plowing through days now. This takes me up for day 73. Also, even though I got the shrine, I didn't get the sledgehammer, or the power hammer. So I couldn't test that out. 10 or 12 in-game days, so I'm kind of worried if I actually have all of them. But I haven't found a sanctum key, so I don't know. Passageway. Sausageway. The way it zoomed out there was kind of weird. Okay, so these are all collapsed. That's not what I expected to happen. 5 floors, or raised floors. But we'll also see if there's a way to, like, clear the debris. Monk test number 2. Ending the day in the clock tower. I also bought a moon pendant and a chronograph from a showroom. and I know I have metal detector and shovel. And I think that's it for items, so I might have one of those. Or I guess technically two of those because it is moon pendant. Moon pendant and shovel. Okay. Moon pendant getting moon pendant is actually kind of funny. So now we grab that and make our way back out to the outer room, as opposed to making our way into the inner room, which I guess is sort of what the point of the game is at the first, you know, layer. All right. Let us build a giant clock tower in the yard. Non-Euclidean clock tower, go. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark. Interesting. Oh, that is... Wait, no, I did switch it to the moon. Huh. Oh, you can see the moon over there. So wait. Is that what he was talking about? That that's room 46 and that's the moon? It's not that that's the antechamber and that's 46? Huh. Interesting. Well, it's cool that this worked. Get a real bird's eye view. Oh, though you can see how grainy the textures are out there. That's funny. Yeah, it feels like you're not supposed to get that far to that end of the background. You got one of those. Kind of see out towards the little blue flames there. And then this is just by far the most interesting view. From here, the trees and the road and all that don't seem to have loaded all the way. Huh. Out, there's nothing. No sign of a clock tower. Has there been a boundary break for blueprints? That'd just be kind of neat. Seems that the exterior of the house is more... See, I thought it was more, like, able to shift with what rooms you make, but I don't think it necessarily is. Huh. Interesting. Bedroom men. Unless... Somebody said to put the foundation in the outer room. Something I thought of, but I'll try it out. I mean, what, is there gonna be 2 elevators? I think I only have... Yeah, I have one more day of the monk, so... Figuring out what I want to put there is still a sort of tricky question. What did I start with? Jackhammer and Morningstar. Wow. Yeah, I had Moon Pendant carried over from when I bought it. Then since it carried it over, it went to the next day, and it was a day where I crafted a bunch of stuff. So I got one of those, Jackhammer. That's really nice. So what, now do I have a permanent foundation in here? Silver key. Oh. Oh. The elevator is stuck up there, huh? Since there's no elevator controls, it's not like you can go up there. Spooky. Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe the bonus was just getting the better loot from the dirt piles? In retrospect, I'm pretty sure that's just because I had Jackhammer. I mean, that seems pretty nice. Oh well. I still want to try and get her ladyship's chambers there. But whether I'll be able to manage that this time around is a whole other question. Okay, we finally have waves in this. So now I have an actual opportunity to learn this. So 4 divided by 3 is a little over 1. Is it 1 then? It is 1. So then 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Do I round that up to 2? Seemingly. But then 23? So this one doesn't have a fraction. Is that saying, like, turn it into, like, move the decimal forward? Does it become a 2? No. So going back over this, this was 1. I thought it was rounding, but excuse me. But it is 1. This was 3 divided by 2. It becomes 1.5, but then the wave makes it 2. So then this has 2. Is that saying it's... So it's 23 with 2 waves. There's no division. If it was rounding, I could do it like 20? It was 20? Does 5... No? So what about this makes it 1 then? Because again, 4 divided by 3, or 1/3 of 4, is like 1.3-ish. But this one became 1, right? Yeah. It's 2. So then this one was 20, which I thought it's like round to the nearest 10th for that? So maybe that means this is 10th? Or this is 10? Huh. So this is round to the nearest 100 then. Right? 10 times 14 is 140. Round to the nearest one is 100. Divided by 10 is 10. Oh, it keeps going. So 20 times 10 is 200. Minus 18. And then you round that to the nearest 100th. Brings it back to 200. Divided by 20 is 10. Oh my god. What a nightmare. Okay, well that explains a lot then. I feel like I have gained a better understanding of algebra. I used the telescope in the planetarium, and it gave me a planet. Each planetarium will contain 1 dirt... Starting tomorrow, it said. So that probably means this is a thing that you can repeat? Okay. Wow. Yeah, I haven't figured out if there's anything, like, useful going on with the, I don't really want any of those. With the foundation being outside. I also completely fucked my chances at getting her ladyship's chambers. And as you can see, I am frozen, so I do not have the ability to even pick up gold. Well, it lets you pick up gold, but I don't have the ability to spend it. I do want to double check something. Set everything green. Turns red. To do not. I hadn't been back there in forever. So I wanted to just double check that. That's the wrong way. This is the right way. I was hoping I would be able to get behind the elevator to see if I could use that to somehow, like, activate the elevator outside, but I don't think that would. The only reason I ask is, or the only reason I mention that is so that I could, like, if I had the basement key, I could hypothetically, like, go out, or I could lower the elevator. Oh, wow. There's a lot more dirt in here than there usually is. Is it because I had the jackhammer? 6 dice. Jesus Christ. I mainly just want to hopefully have a key door up here so I can use the secret garden key. Well, hold on. I didn't read what it said. Yeah, I know the jackhammer, like, gives you better. Wait, what was that? What? Well, hold on. I didn't read what it said. Oh, no. I have a timer and I don't know what for. The fuck is the timer about? What did it? Can I? What did I do? Hold on. It allows you to traverse rooms for 60 seconds without using steps? Oh. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Because I don't really need that. I was kind of hoping it would be, I don't know. I guess I don't know what it was. Well, that's cool. Workshop's all the way over there. I don't have nearly enough steps to make it there. I think I would much rather call it a day in the secret garden to see what that looks like. This is all part of my grand adventure in using the monk to put things places. Give it up for day 76. I'm just gonna say that every day from now on. It's essentially how it feels. A silver key. My allowance. All right. Now that I know that the thing with the telescope and the planetarium is a thing, that's interesting. Ooh. Why is the foundation still here? Have I, like, screwed myself over? Uh-oh. I hope it's only until I have the monk wear off. Uh-oh. Well, that's certainly concerning. Well, I'll go and stop the video there, but hopefully I can... Yo, hold up. By the way, you know it's bad. You know my ADHD is bad when I'm watching myself play a game and I'm like, skip ahead. Is that how it feels? Master Simon, imagine my surprise upon arriving at this estate this morning, only to discover a second foundation so casually situated among the trees and chirping crickets of the west grounds. Now, I have never professed to be a skilled draftsman, and maybe this is not as unintended a mistake as it appears. There's a chance that this redundant room is part of some greater strategy I cannot fathom, or perhaps more likely, morbid curiosity simply got the better of you. However, should that curiosity wane and you come to regret your decision, this can of repellent may certainly help. There's a room in your house to use. Starting tomorrow, that floor plan will be removed from the house and draft pool for 1 week. So I noticed that the foundation's no longer in the house. So I guess it has, like, officially moved out there. But since I can't manipulate the elevator, it's pretty much stuck there. Unless I use the repellent. But it also means I'm without the foundation for exactly a week. I wonder if then I can move it somewhere else. The location it was at was fine, especially because, like, I didn't really need to manipulate the elevator from the back again. But with that being said, I might move it like 1 rank higher just so I have a bit more space. So it used to be here. Maybe move it to the 4th rank. That seems to make sense, I think. Hey, did you know the letter delivered to the mailroom? Oh, hold on. OBS froze. Did you know the letter delivered to the mailroom thing actually has words for the letters? Simon, my name is Randolph Moore. I am the lead lab technician at Cinca, and I have worked here at Mount Holly for over a decade. I was thrilled to discover you have found our humble lab and have begun to run some experiments of your own. I tend to keep an eye on the small spikes in radiation levels on the estate, as it's one of the only ways I can monitor your progress from the outside. There's been much speculation among the staff about the progress you've been making in the house, and they were all quite excited when I reported that you have been successfully running experiments. I wanted to write to you to let you know that even though you may not see us, we are rooting for you. And then there's that. Hi Simon, it's Randolph again. In my last letter I mentioned the terminal network, but it completely slipped my mind to give you the network password so you could log into it. You should still be able to use the local network to access different house-based functions. Yep, I already knew that, so that's like the 4th or 5th way that I found to access Swan Song. So, not only is there that, but I've successfully found something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So, magnifying glass metal detector. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll also pull up pictures of this on stream, but I ended up buying out the showroom. You can see some of my spoils from that right there. And I bought the Trophy of Wealth, all thanks to gambling in the casino for a very long period of time. Somehow. I'm honestly very surprised that I even was able to manage that, because it seemed like something that would be such like a shot in the dark. The gambling part, that is. Okay, so I built the burning magnifying glass thing. Now I need to see, it mentioned lighting fuses. I need to see if that works on this fuse. Yes, yes. I feel like I should go back further, Simon. There it is, the secret room. Okay, so it didn't need the power hammer. Secret disc, secret room. Kristoff, here's the rest of your share. 40 gold from the moonshine shipment we made last week. This may be the last batch for quite some time, as I feel it is no longer worth the risk, especially given Anne's continually increasing suspicion. But I do not need to ask another small favor of you. Oh, I do need. Next week, when you take the bear into town, if you can fabricate some excuse to delay your return by an hour or two, I would be much beholden to you. So, Kristoff, who was the servant who also drove Herbert into town every now and then, he was in on the moonshine business. And Danny was able to sort of coax him in to helping with that. I'm just trying to see... Oh! Interesting. You can exchange things for allowance tokens. For hall pass. Ornate compass as well. Well, where's my closest security? I already re-coat checked the sledgehammer, or the power hammer, but I don't think I need it anymore. I feel like that distillery room was the last real room that I had. As far as, like, having suspicions or anything. That being said, I did already check in the power hammer for today, so I don't think I can go back and put something else there. Boudoir. Ooh, bood. +1 gem, +2 dice, or +3 apple? I think +2 dice. I like dice. Though there is the eating apples floor plan. I don't think I'm too worried about that. Let's see. 5. Let's see. 4, 3, 2. Okay, yeah. I have just enough to get to the break room this way. But I can't go back to the coat check. But either way, whew, that's some progress. All these years. The major key gambit actually played off. Originally, my plan... So I in a previous day, I got a telescope and I stashed it in the coat check. And my original plan was to just try to force coat check today. But things have changed. Oh, I just came in through the back of the Great Hall. I forgot that I had taken a different route to get in there. This lever, by the way, is useless, because I don't have a way to get to that side. So, let's just do the thing that I was talking about. Was it this way? Yeah. 370. There it is, the Sanctum Key! Uncle, thank you again for all your help. I know I could never hope to repay you, but it pains me to know that I won't even have the chance to try. At any rate, I'm leaving these extra funds behind, as well as the extra passports. It'd be too risky if we were searched at the border and the money would raise too many suspicions. I think we all want a clean start anyway. I know I do. Aww. Aww. Alright. God, I have such a long route to take back. Oh, and I can open this door that may or may not contain a coat check. May not. Just gonna squeeze in here really quick while I'm here. Don't have to waste any steps. There it is. Okay. Just in case, you know. just in case. Out to get back to the sanctum. One thing. Now that I know that I can, in fact, blow up dynamite, I need to make sure there wasn't dynamite back here. What did this one say? To cancel the closure of this site, but I'm not so sure. Tunnel, funnel. Okay, there is no dynamite here. Just wanted to make sure there was no dynamite there. I'm gonna go ahead and speed. Alright. Number Sanctum, the next one. That's right, Number Sanctum, the next one. Mora, which I know is... Okay, so let's start with sailing, which I actually need to go back to my screenshots. Where's my notes? Or where's the book? The realm book. Sailing is everything. So it's actually in the right spot. Oh, do I know what its specialty is? Let's see. I don't know what its specialty is, but it did make the Morajai puzzle boxes, but I also know they're sailors and seafarers. I'm trying to find my notes on that. So could be I'm gonna guess industrial. The fact that they made the puzzle boxes makes me think that. I don't think they're metropolitan. They could be academic. So then the only other thing is weather and color. And do I have... Ooh, I don't know if I have notes on which color is which. I know their color is white, but how do you depict white? Here we go. It's the tiny dots? Or is it that one I just passed? It is this one. Okay. Whoops. Oh no. I made a mistake. I'm gonna try this a few more times. Okay, correction. The one that adjusts the number of spokes is the one that is next to the one with spokes. The one with the spokes inside is the one that adjusts the weather, which is the makeup of the rays. It's still cool that it represents that, though. Times with what I have. Wait. I wanted to do that. Nope. I keep clicking on... Essentially, I don't get it this time. I try a bunch of stuff, but I don't have enough information. I'm just going to skip ahead to save us all the headache. Again, I find it very funny that, in a way, I'm like getting bored with myself, but I also realize that I wasted a lot of time. The last one. Or at least I spent a lot of time doing nothing. This last postcard, yeah. So 1 and 8 is correct. Trying to see if any of the Morajai puzzle box flyers mention anything that might help me with Morajai itself. Yeah. Right, so then I had these two. Carrerica... Let's see, do I have... What am I missing? I'm missing travel and weather for Carrerica. But I know they're academic. Let's see. What's that? Sailed to Arch Aries, which makes sense. I think the only thing that Herbert said about Arajo was that it was less rainy than he hoped. Morajai. Might help me. Okay. I have closed exhibit. It does have vestibule, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. Yeah. Shit. Okay. I have to almost certainly do this. Like this. Oh, God, it's so slow. I got it! What did that do? Paper crown? Drafting, you may redraw floor plans. Also useful for rehearsing museum burglary. Okay. I can't see the other side of the door? Come on. Well. That was a little anticlimactic. By the way, getting the freezer next to the furnace is practically impossible. Unless, like, you can't actually get the freezer if you already have drafted a hot room. Let's see. I've lost my car keys. Oh no, how am I going to drive out of here? Oh no. Right, did I have that written down? That was Vera, right. And I determined that that limits what all Vera can include. Do I have a break room? Oh, I didn't even get a break room yet. Yeah, I haven't gotten a lot of progress. Though I probably shouldn't be spending so much time trying to get the freezer to thaw out. I just feel like there's a chance that that has something important for me. It might not. This is a red room. Oh, it's not. I could have sworn that would be. It is funny, though, because, like, even with the dead guy constellation, I still ended up with, like, no freezer. And also, not to mention, I have study, so I was, like, re-rolling things, and still no freezer. So either I messed up or it doesn't work. Either way, I just ran out of doors. Do I have anywhere to take a break in? Not really. Oh. Okay, so. Hold on. What's my disk space? Oh, it doesn't say. Cool. So, letters 3 and 4 have arrived at the mailroom. I realized, I wonder if these are 8 dates. I wonder if you paid too much attention to the... No, not sure if you paid too much attention to the machine in the booth in the lab. But I figured I could save you some frustration if you've been fooling with it. The contraption is a central control for power lines that run externally from the house. In the past, we've served as an emergency power source for the local community, as we have modest hydroelectric capabilities with a steam turbine. If you want to use it, you'll need to first turn... That was my dog. You'll need to, turn on the boiler room. This isn't quite a course, and I can't think of any reason in which you'd have to use the boiler to reach room 46. Cool. Sticker. Vera! Oh my god! Oh my god! Vera uses turtles. Where did I put my pencil? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go back to... My pencils have been the real villain of this playthrough, let me just say. To this. So Vera, this is one that was in the, what's it called? The Lost and Found. Also, I just realized that the shape that the rays make for turtles is a turtle. So that's useful. Unfortunately, that doesn't exactly help me. Oh, okay, so that's a way you could figure out the thunder for Arch Aries. So then what's this one? Mora is ships. The White Sea of Yore. Well, I know they're white. I know they're ships. What does the swirl mean? Rough diagram of the steam duct system. Due to the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we ended up building the duct system to be quite flexible, and if you look along the ceiling, you'll find that. Yeah. A lot of stuff I figured out already. But let's look at my screenshots. So let's see. Where is my notes on the weather? It could be, I think it's windy. I'm gonna guess windy. So white ships, which were the, 8-point star. I feel like wind would make sense for sailing, right? So then, specialty is the only thing I don't know for Morajai. But that's pretty big. That is a pretty big help. Just curious. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. So that's another way you can find Fen Aries weather. Huh. I did not think about looking at stamps. Oh, that is big. That's a big reveal. Let's see. So this one's Nuance, which has the goddamn dirigible. I could have seen it the whole time. I see clouds. So that could be rain. It could be wind. I'm not sure. I want to double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, well, I guess I'll cut here, and then the next time you'll see me will be in the sanctum. Alright. OBS just disappeared. Hold on. Okay. So. Wait. So the lines are already good. I just messed them up by clicking on the wrong thing. I will never learn which lever does what. Okay, so this one does color, which we know is the white circle. Not those, the empty circles. Then I want to make this wind, I believe, which is the sort of curved, not the wavy ones, that one. Readjust this. Okay. Shit. No. I made a mistake. Cultural, it's not in the specialty. I tried all of them. What am I missing then? But I could have sworn the like swirly. Do I? So okay, to summarize, because this is just a lot of time. I thought that the swirls on the stamp were indicating wind. But I think those are indicating waves, which aren't necessarily the same thing. I have roofers working on my house, so there's some thumps and bumps in the background you may find. However, there's a desk in room 46 with a drawer. Secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. So, the 8 letters were the red letters. This is a ransom note that I believe Danny Ravane had sent. The one of the letters, the one in the office, was all about like, you're not as clever or something as you think. Maybe there was a different letter that was stolen in that case, but that's the stolen mail gambit. Is there? We have our letters. So that also makes me think that maybe the last letter or the last red envelope might be in the mailroom. Since the letters from the mailroom are persistent, the ones you get from the experiment. By the way, I just noticed this office is shaped like the symbol of Arinda. Or Arinda Aries. Since the experiment for the mailroom gives you letters that are persistent, I wonder if eventually they'll contain something important. Granted, they've been helpful in some regards, but not in every regard. By the way, look at this beautiful house. Almost filled. I'm taking this opportunity to double check. I think I'm good on everything. So yeah, that's my current thought, is I need to run the experiment for letters to appear in the mailroom and hopefully find a trigger condition that is much more frequent. It's so loud. I realized that I should probably double check something, because I looked again at the Mora stamp that was in the mail, or in the mail room at least, and oh right, I forgot, that's in a different page. Screenshots. To open up the color of runes again. So the Mora stamp, the little macaroni was blue. That's not... Oh, hold on. Oh, it's way far down. We'll go ahead and show it. That gives me an idea about something, but I'll have to check it later. Okay, so let's see. Colors. Oh, there is no blue. Okay. I was like, well, the stamp was blue. But there is no blue color, is there? It's black, red, violet, pink, green, yellow, orange, white. So then if we go... So that's yellow, this one's pink. This one is red. Orange. Maybe it's gray? Maybe I misread the color as being gray? Is that right? Oh no, there is no gray either. It's black, red, violet, pink, green, yellow, orange, white. So that's green, that's purple, black, and that's white. Shit, I keep forgetting that's the one that adjusts their methods of transportation. I wanted to adjust the weather. This one's a bit more... Okay, well, so much for that. Torch. What is this? Carrerica is snow? Oh my god, Carrerica is snow. Oh fuck. Shit, where's my notes? Wow. Where's my... Carrerica is snow? Which was the one that's kind of dotted? I just need the transportation for Carrerica. Does that have anything of the sort? No. Simon, I wish for you to read this letter upon first arriving at Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into unsympathetic hands. My personal freezer should prove quite the safe boxes. All of the staff have for many years respected my wishes that it remain shut and untampered. My favorite snacks are also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also, for the last 20 years, stored many a cryptic message and ciphered note. This nondescript cooler is, in fact, a dubious frozen post box of chilled secrets. Have you heard of the children of Blackwater? No idea how forthcoming your father has been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in that end. I've always denied involvement. To him, to the detectives, to the Crown, and now to you as well. But can I honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance? And yes, I speak of disappearance, not death. For I, too, cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded, and have occasionally, from time to time, caught fragments of information that bolster this belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty for our country. For our country is never short of opportunists and blackmailers. Still, as I am now dead, I don't want this knowledge to be buried with me, even if that means passing the burden of these fragments to you, even if the information may weigh even heavier on your head than the Crown involved. Fortunately, this information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to this freezer, as I'm not too confident that the sanctity of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I've always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating eggs, lesson that I learned Recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. That's Denny. I have placed 8 red envelopes in 8 even more secure locations throughout the estate and left a hidden message for you among the art that hangs in almost every room in this house. This message is the key to unlocking these secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation as the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. One final word of guidance, the safe combinations you are seeking will not be found in writing on the estate. So I hope you haven't been wasting too much time jotting down random invoice numbers and dates. God fucking damn it, Herbert. Only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44-character message can you hope to unlock its many mysteries. And that's, if we count 8 dates, 8 safes, crack 8. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Honestly, the position of the comma was very helpful, or would have been very helpful had I known about it. So, okay. I know. So that letter there, understandable. And prism key was confirmed. I'm making sure there's nothing else that I can thaw out with this. I was under the impression I had to like go and get the furnace right next to this, and I even spent, where is it? I spent all my stars almost trying to do that, and it didn't work, and I was very sad. So I'm glad that I have figured this out, though beyond, you know, Carrerica. So I said figure this out. I more or less had to look it up because I was like, okay, I've spent 41 stars on this. That's way too many stars. I'm not going to get that much resources for a while. Even if I got study, it's still going to be hard. So I did look up the freezer just to double check. Because, like, I've had torch access for like 10 years. I guess I never thought to use the torch in the freezer, but for some reason, I guess I thought the ice in here was like magic. It only worked if next to a building or next to a room. I don't remember if like the technical information that you can find about the freezer mentions anything, because like I know it separately mentions the freezer room and the hidden the secret personal freezer, but I don't remember if that and then like the wave function in the laboratory says anything about the required temperature. But yeah, this is one thing I looked up, but after the whole den thing, I'm like, if there's something that's gonna cost me this much time, I want to make sure it matters, especially if I don't know for sure if it matters and if it's tedious to do. Treasure Trove, I feel like matters enough to where I don't mind doing that. Same with Mechanarium, but this is kind of ridiculous. I guess I can. Whoops, I muted the wrong thing, sorry. I pressed the goddamn funk button again. God damn it. What am I doing with my life? I'm admittedly a little surprised that the torch didn't thaw out myself. I want to go back in here because this is the dorms they had for the Carrerica U. This is drafting strategy. It's the earth. There is an ore. Okay. So this is a side note. I wanted to double check if I knew where all of the black chess pieces were in particular, because I think the white ones had doubles, but I wasn't sure about the black. And I was wondering if the castle acrostic in the chess puzzle room had anything to do with the chess puzzle. But, like, I mean, there's 6 pieces and 6 letters, but I don't know how. I just realized this is a 30-minute video. What did I do in this one? How that would combine, unless the chessboard itself held some sort of secret. Because, I mean, it's an 8x8 grid. But then again, the problem is that the word castle goes beyond 8 letters, and it doesn't neatly add up with the, like, I mean, the names of the pieces: pawn, king, bishop, rook, knight, queen. Literally none of those use a letter that's in the word castle, so that's cool. So I'm not sure if that's a dead end or not dead end, using the game terminology. But that being said, oh right, I did get the moon pendant, and I have a lot of stuff in my inventory. I can't get distracted by the beeping metal detector. I did just run out of... Going back in the image, essentially. Oh yeah, also the foundation's back in my draft pool. Putting it next to the antechamber? Maybe on the side of the Queen's Garden? Or the Secret Garden? Queen's Garden. I don't know why I said that. I guess because I'm thinking of chess still. Anyways. Where is the passage? There we go. So, where was I? Right, yeah, the foundation, it's in the draft pool. I moved it. Right, Ladyship's Chambers. So, the important thing about that is that I looked again at the image in the diary, and it specifically had little squares over the doorways. The like top left and right ones. And looking at the room directory, I noticed that the rooms that sort of match that would be Chamber of Mirrors, and of course the antechamber. So I'm unsure if I want to even try doing that, though the Chamber of Mirrors is still very suspicious. So there's definitely a possibility there that I want to try out. Let's see. So I need to get snow. Should be that. Then this needs to be orange. Which is the Doritos. That's what I thought. Because they're Doritos. They're orange. It's like The Witness. And then specialty is academics. I'm literally just doing the sailing because they had an oar. Nope. Okay, next one. This one is roads. Okay, it's roads. I wonder if anywhere would have been clearer with that. furnace. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence. And I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I had planned. Never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Bam. So we went from Vera to... Oh, Vera is heat, which I already knew. Damn it. Right, Vera's the one where I know everything already. Let's see. Carrerica, School of Drafting. The School of Drafting? Oh, is that where he went to school? Well, I guess university, but I don't know. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. So he came here from Vera. So, and then the question is, did he go from Iraja to Vera to Carrerica? And that's organically over time. The students of Carrerica designed orange tiles by committee, voting on students' submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. These tiles are pressed. If the majority of tiles share a color, then the pressed tile will change to that color. So these absorb color. That goes down. And that swaps. So I have 5 orange and I only need 4. Granted, that's not ideal. Let's put... get that. Get one of these down. See if I could get... No, wait, I can't get that down there using purple. I can make them rise with purple, but getting them down is a different task. Can move an orange to the middle there, and then I'd have 2 purple. What is my goal with this? Usually when I'm trying to solve logic puzzles, that's the question I ask. Since it's majority related, at most what I can do is turn an orange purple. But I don't know if 3 purples actually helps me or not. Let me do this again. Do that to reposition the bottom, but it still has some issues. The problem is this green is in the way. Let's see. I can get the black in the middle that way. And then what? Do that? Oh, that's very close. Then do that. No. I now need to get black back to the bottom, which would require putting it at top and then swapping it with green? Oh. I might have made a mistake. I think I needed that up there. Okay. Let's see. So let's get one there. And then swap into orange, swap purple, do that, swap into orange. So now I need one of those to be there. I can do that and then bring the purple back. Bringing purple back. Yeah. That. So that lets me get the black there. But there's still one issue, which is that I need 2 orange and a purple, so the green needs to be in the middle. Which means... Wait. Not... there's no undo button. Okay. Still like that. In the middle. So one thing I could do is have 3 orange at the top, and then I just need to find a way to move 2 orange to the bottom. Oh, now I can't get the black out. Okay. Maybe I want to start differently. Purple, do that. And then... Oh no, I did it again. Keep making mistakes around the purples. So maybe I do want to put green at top at first. I can do that. I still don't know if I need to do anything with the orange tiles. I mean, maybe getting another purple would be good. I did that. That becomes purple now. Shoot. I made the mistake again. Wait. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay. So now... Ooh, I'm almost there. If I can get that down there, I think means that. And then... No. Wait! Do that. Ooh, okay. I'm very close to figuring this out, I think. Swap that. So I need to remember that getting things down is harder than getting them up. I think I need to do that so I can then do that. And then that. Yes! Wait. Okay. Whew. I was worried it would reset. I'm pretty sure sailing is correct. And I know that's right. Did I try calm weather? In agricultural, it was calm weather. So part of why I was thinking calm weather, other than the fact that wind didn't work, is that the sails on the stamp weren't moving. Oh. So let me look at this. It doesn't look like the sails are being blown. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Mora last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Jaiorel, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Books. Oh. Maybe he went from Morajai to Vera. Carrerica. Which would mean he would have had to go there before Vera. So where does that put me? So Morajai... It's either Morajai, Nuance, Vera, Carrerica, back there? Maybe. Morajai Box. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the 30s among both the peerage and that. Since gained, yep. This is all pretty much the same. Tally in the surrounding squares. Right, so white is sort of a lights out. Yeah, but then the other problem is I'm just gonna skip through this one because this one took me a very long time. I remember now why this was a 30-minute long challenge. Further, can I use this to get them? There we go. No, they're still in the wrong position, but there we go. Wow. That one felt like a weird accident as well. Okay. So as far as the Sanctum keys go, I'm still missing some. But if I had to think of the order now. Let me find. Berries. Yeah, remind Anne to place the books I lost. Pack one truth shines brighter than others. Air travel's much better than sea travel. Yeah. And he does say that he's going south first to Araja. He went to Carrerica from Vera, which means at the very least Morajai's before those. I'm gonna try. So Orinda, Araja. Okay. Let me work backwards. 7. I believe 6. 5. 1, 2. So it's just the identity of 3 and 4. I'm going to guess it's this. No? Is it this? Ooh, damn. What does this mean? If it's not that... It's not that? Is it... 3, 4, 7? Try this one more time. What am I missing? He started and ended up in the same place. He went south. Or to Morajai. I just noticed Morajai's island looks like the macaroni shape. That's fun. Something like this? Changed? Let me turn the volume up. Unless he went to Archaries 3rd, but I don't think that's the case. Victim keys. So bad. And I have except I guess, technically, I think one might be in the trove, but I'm not sure. Ta-da! There's no way this will come back to bite me in the ass the way the other thing did, right? So close yet so far away. What does that mean? I guess that just means it's far away from room 46, but it's close to, well, me. Okay, I have Monk for one more day. I would like to try calling it a day in room 46 and seeing if that does anything. Now that I've got the freezer figured out, the only real other thing is building up treasure trove. And then I guess figuring out the mail room and hoping that works. Otherwise, I have no clue about where the last thingy will be. I have a lot more letters now. None of them are read. Let me know if I'm reading you too much. I've never been good at gauging where the line of impropriety is, and for all I know, maybe the help I'm offering is unwarranted. Well, conjure for me as I've written these, as I'm fairly certain your uncle didn't want us to assist you. Still, if it was that important, I have to believe he'd have the foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Something there. Found the level of help I've offered acceptable. And since departures, and I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. It's a fearless businessman, something. It's Jim, I'm hoping that we can continue that. Why do you do that to that? And so that is that I'm going to continue helping you. Let's just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance. So let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there. I've never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. Not sure which ones are removed or where they were removed to, save one, which I was instructed to remove myself. Assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory. Oh, that's how you're supposed to find the planetarium. Okay. At this point, you likely reach the upper ranks. Hey, it's the Iraja stamp. Run into our keycard security doors. They're actually a fairly new addition to the house that were designed by Kirk, Darren, and myself. Were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff, who had somehow managed to reach a room they should not have been able to find. Yep. Not every staff member should have unchecked access to the higher rank. Still, after the incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing keycards to only most trusted members. If you find the security doors become an annoyance, you should be able to lower their frequency and that. Okay. Following up the map I created outlining the steam power, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power. Yep. Okay, so as explicit labels, I said to contact DC Power directly and get some additional usage instructions for the VAC system. This information is actually as much for me as it is for you, as I often spend 10 minutes in the closet pressing random buttons. After half an hour on hold, get that. Indicator while pressing it. How much more room is there for these? That I might be running low on keys. I find more hallways and more keys, though, in accordance with the... Well, the roofers are taking lunch break, which means it's a perfect time for me to explain this, because I think I finally figured out what's going on here. Okay, so... The way, XYZ, ABC... And then it has this page A, word that, page that, word that. Now, I haven't figured out if there is a clear pattern to what the colors mean for this. For example, red is page A, word X, and A is fourth symbol or fourth number, and X is the first one. Green is page C, word A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the fourth one. Yeah, I don't know if there is a sort of correlation. However, this is on the same one with the seen all the signs. And there's dead end major key. I think this is where you plug in the route, the map route. So dead end was the final stop on the subway map, and it's pointing to C, which is the last letter in the way. Note also that it said record each stop on the way. Each stop is on the way. The way is the XYZ ABC. So there's that. Then also, there's 6 say variables here, each needing a number. There were 6 stops and each one is a number. So 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, and 13. Now, I already tried this and I have some shocking discoveries. So assume page count starts on title pages. So violet, page B, word Y. Page B is 1, which was the second to last stop. Y is 7, which was the second stop. So page 1, word 7. Assuming page 1 is the title page, which I think means this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is sundial. This might be pointing to the sundial in the orchard, where I accidentally used the torch on it just by random clicking and happened to uncover a whole thing. If that's the case, then I guess oops for sequence breaking, but at the same time, that's it's kind of interesting, don't you think? Also, for what it's worth, I am getting more mail to the mailroom, but that's neither here nor there, you know. So, I don't know if this is the final letter, but it sure sounds like it's going to be one. I got a few more letters in the mailroom. This one says, Dear Simon, I'm running out of ideas of my own. Yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on, and to my surprise, he gave me an envelope and directed me to include it in my next correspondence to you. Did not ask him what it contained, so I'll be very curious to hear from you after this is all over. Find out whether or not it was of any use. Safe code. That's wrong. 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of safes on the estate. Is that true? I'm trying to think of some of the ones I know. Maybe. Oh. Safe code 1213. That's also wrong. That's handwritten. D8. Okay, December 8th. That was the one to study. There is a safe on rank 10. And it's green. What do you mean it's green? Is there a safe in room 46 then? I'm pretty sure I've looked all over the place for one. I mean, it's green, so, like, how much can it be trusted? You know? Go to the, but again, Realm and Rune is green. Green is page C, word A. Page C is 13, word A is 10. Page 13, word 10 is scorched. I've cracked the clue. Hey, did you know the Machinarium has a antechamber lever? Anyways, if I copy property deed, Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Arave of Trinsdale. Clark Stationers, Reddington, Fenaries. All men by these presents. The Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Orave of Trinsdale, the land forest waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Hollyleaf Mountain, with all the rights, privileges, and appurtenances thereunto belonging. The property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain spring streams, and punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and saddle, spanning across 80 odd acres of land. Property is situated southwest of Reddington. Oh, sorry, I just realized one of the math problems in the exam. Property is situated southwest of Reddington, bounded on the south by steep crags and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. So, by the way, that just bothers me because I'm pretty sure Dead End is under... Oh, Dead End is the tomb, isn't it? Underneath, well, no, it's a stop. Either way, the Dead End stop is underneath Mount Holly. I've checked the map multiple times, which means I had to go pretty far north on that little boat ride to reach Station 8. Anyways, covenants. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise and agree with Lady Orve, her heirs and assigns, that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good right to sell and convey the same to the said Lady Orve, her heirs and assigns, and that I will warrant and defend the same against all lawful claims and demands whatsoever. In hand and seal I make my mark in the grand year of Fen Airs, 1912. Huh. Okay. Anything else going on? Does this drawer have anything cool? The only thing that's different seems to be this deed. Bay of Trinsdale. Everything else seems to be the same. Hoping there'd be a safe here, but only because I haven't found it. Oh well, it was worth a shot. I was like, oh, you know, I'll set the treasure trove to be the outer room. What the hell is this? Why are there 3 Orindia logos on it? And why is there an Orindia-shaped keyhole on it? Is this the true treasure of the trove? Because I have not gotten that far in the trove. I was hoping I'd be able to just proceed, you know, through the series this way. I thought it would be just a quicker way to do that. No. I see. Yeah. Well, that's a shame. Because that means that there's a good chance the trove does not have the final safe. However, I have an idea of what's in there. That being the king on his throne, I think is what that's related to. Well, I guess I gotta find the trove again. Yeah. Treasure map, digging time, patio. Please have something. Please be the thing. It's just normal coffers. Cool. Well, I have no idea what that hint in the aquarium is about then. I thought for sure it would mean put the patio where there's a... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this? Has that been there the whole time? Oh my god. No actual way. Has there actually been that the whole time? Because I swear to God, I definitely attempted that multiple times. What the hell? I gotta get the archives. Jesus Christ. God. Literally, like, the second after I got that, I ended up drafting the archive. Secret disc! Birth certificate. Mary Matthew Epson was born to Lady Clara Epson and Simon H. Sinclair in this hospital at 4:05 a.m. Tuesday in the 22nd day of January in the 6th era, 1958. In witness whereof, East Reddington Hospital certifies that the information above is true as verified by its duty authorized officer of the Fen Aries Registrar of Persons, Dr. Lily Reesian Rose, and Registrar Officer Sarah Trivian. So we have Mary's birth certificate here. January 22nd. I wonder if that was a thing for any I don't know, any like safes or anything. Wow. I've been wondering how this goes for so long, this whole archive puzzle with the aquarium and the aquarium hints and all that. Wow. Okay, well, I gotta get myself to a computer now. And I believe that was the last video I recorded. I could have sworn I recorded more. Let me check my disk space really quick. It's got space. Okay, so that means I probably didn't miss out on anything. It's time to do screenshots now because I have a lot more screenshots. Let's see where to begin. So with the treasure trove, here, I've got my screenshots up now. The true treasure of the trove is not in this room. That's false, so it's in the treasure trove. However, there is one saying the true treasure of the trove is not in this house. Is not in the house, yeah. I believe this was true. And so the idea was you have to find a way to get the treasure trove not in the house, but have it available. This one's just wrong. So boxes marked with moons always contain false. Pink boxes always contain false. Whether or not this was in a moon or not, I don't remember because I wasn't paying attention to it. There's no realm that flies the white flag. You'll need a key to obtain the true treasure of the trove, which, if it's that Orinda key, then yeah, whatever it is. That one's in a box marked with the sun, which we know is true. Blue boxes marked by that contain false statements. Worth keeping in mind, and that was in a blue box with a moon. Green memos and blue boxes are sometimes false. So the fact that that means that, it could mean they're always true or that they're always false. That being said, this was true, and this one is true, assuming that the other one saying boxes marked with moons always contain false. So it could be that green memos and blue boxes are always true. Or they're never false. It never rains in Arch Aries. You've seen all the memos that appear in this room. That's false. The next 4 boxes marked by moons contain false statements, which this is when I started taking screenshots of the top. Except I guess this one. That's just false. Handwritten green memos are always false, but would be true if you change one color in the text. So that means that this one, red memos and blue boxes are always true, is either blue memos and blue boxes are always true, which is correct, or green memos and blue boxes are always true, which could be correct. Also, I did get the Explorer's Trophy finally. There was another, the last Alzara cutscene. It showed this, Room 8, and I was kind of wondering if I need to go back to Room 8 in order to find the last door of 8, but I still want to try the Mechanarium. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if it mattered. Then there's like a tunnel. This thing, a hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars. It's got all these lanterns. I thought it might have something to do with the planetarium, but I'm not sure. All this. There's some snow and the box in snow, and it's like a black mirror. What if your uncle made you do puzzles in order to earn your inheritance? That'd be a little strange. So this was one of the false ones, because it's marked with a moon. Symbol that is used to denote the unknown, death, and the number 8, which is kind of funny. It's in a sun. There are 3 memos with false statements in the clock tower. The clock tower, I don't think... Oh, wait. Hold on. That was marked with a moon. But I believe that is... Wait, was that true? I don't remember, actually. True treasure trove is in the house is false. Because it's a green memo in a pink box. No realm was considered spiritual. That's false. Kirkdarren is a pseudonym. Now, that's in the locker room, by the way. This was the other thing in the locker room. The where is the rumored room 46? Moon connection? OC? Grotto, red herring. Then the birth certificate. Last door of 8 is in the inner sanctum is false. There's an antechamber lever hidden in the drawing room. That's false. This was, I think, I spent a very long amount of time trying to wait for the planets to align, and this is the closest I got. So I'm pretty sure if they can align, it's going to take a very long amount of time before such a thing becomes possible. Turn up my gain a bit. So here, this is Kirkdarren is a pseudonym. The memo next to this is a lie. So that's not even true. Also, that was the next 4 boxes marked with moons contain false statements, and this was one of them, and then this one is one. So I believe that was that all of the ones that were false? That's a moon. That's a moon. That's a moon. That's a moon. Yeah. The Baron began and ended his travels in the same realm. That one is true, which I more or less know, because it's Orinda Aries and Fen Aries. Nuance is known to be a peaceful realm is false. I believe that means that Nuance is a military realm. And then the Sacred Hour is not... That's the one from today, that's right. I bought the blue tent. Thankfully, the treasure trove just gives you a shit ton of money in treasure trove, plus the coin purse combined with the lucky rabbit's foot. Yeah, made it a lot easier. I still haven't had to break the bank for this, which, you know, the piggy bank desires it. I haven't figured out how to actually access the hidden blue memos, but if it's hidden, then, like, you know. Oh, actually, the hidden blue memo for the locker might have been the memo next to this one is a lie. Because I haven't gotten it to show up again. I thought it was going to be like the treasure trove, where every time you open all the lockers in the locker room, you get a new one, but it's not. Huh. As far as the birth certificate goes, I feel like it's nothing new or interesting. Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting, but not really. I guess we know her exact birthday, which doesn't match any of the ones on the fake passports. Her middle name was Matthews, so the pen name she used was... Because she used Mary Matthews as her pen name, right? Instead of Mary Jones or Mary Sinclair. Or I don't think she used Mary Epson either. It's interesting that she took her mother's name instead of Sinclair. But then Simon took his dad's name. Simon as in me, Simon, not Simon H. Sinclair. The player Simon. Which I believe... I don't know. I mean, it might be nothing. It might... I wonder if it's a thing where, like, culturally, women who are born, or girls who are born, take their mother's maiden name, or take their maiden name, and then boys who are born take their paternal name? I don't know if that's the term for it, but, you know. Okay. So back into this nonsense. Oh, wait, I need to turn the gain down. Should be good. I forgot that I had to yoink it all the way up for those videos, because, yeah, I'm a little quiet, I recognize. Look, I see the microphone peak, like, once, and I'm like, oh, shit. That's a problemo. But then I end up speaking very quietly because sometimes I do the thing where I say things loud. I feel like that's pretty normal, though. It's not like it's a strange occurrence. Wow, my bitrate's terrible, by the way. No drop frames, at least. You can tell that, like, I'm super ADHD right now. I blame it on the fact that I just had to watch, like, an hour and a half of myself playing a video game. Sometimes I wonder, like, am I a streamer I would watch? Does that, like, mean anything? Should I be concerned if I wouldn't watch myself? Hey, I'd watch yourself. Alright. I would quite like Shrine. And I would quite like to set up the Monk. I don't want to open the blood box yet. Luckily, if I end the day in the break room, it doesn't appear in the drafting pool for this. Something I didn't really realize is that doing the Monk in a room, it doesn't grant a copy of the room. It pulls the room into the outer pool. Meaning that if, when I ended in the passageway, for example, I couldn't get passageway that day. So I have to be a little aware of that. You know, I guess maybe I could have done, like, the Gambler, which is the one that gives you loaded dice whenever you draft a shop, and then maybe use that for the, this project of the Mechanarium. But I kind of want to try putting the Mechanarium in the outer room if I find it. I was hoping to get a dead end by this point. Sure. Like a good shovel. As far as the safe goes, I still have no idea. I'm starting to wonder if I will later find some sort of, I don't know, other area that has the safe. I'm still wondering if my brother's theory that there is a room beyond room 46 is true. I still don't know what 8 Realms in 8 months actually opens up. So that's all sort of to be seen. I'll go and do this. I've also been thinking about how many major keys there are. I know there's car keys, 3 vault keys, secret garden, room 8 key, basement key. I don't know if prism key... Well, no, prism key totally counts because it's available in the music room. I think silver key counts? That's 9, but if we consolidate... if we consolidate all the vault keys, then it would be 7, which would make sense for the sake of music. But I don't know how much that really matters. Okay. Cat photo. Oh, right. Hold on. There was one more screenshot I wanted to look at. I thought of this while I was watching those videos. I gotta go really far back for this one, though. Let's see. Where was it? Here we go. This one, 100 Bells, Sandy Heights, 5 p.m. I was wondering if... I can't tell offhand if that's Denny's handwriting, though it looks like the H raises, the lowercase h. I think I have to look for the A's and maybe the capitals. Go back to screenshots. And... where is his book? I passed it. Wait, no, Denny's H's drop. They don't raise. So that could have been... that could have been... I mean, a lot of other people. I think Mary's H's raise like that, so it could be Mary? I don't have a single gear yet. Okay, I have a gear yet. Okay, I have 2 gears now. I suppose I could have drafted the Mechanarium yesterday, as in the prior day of this, in order to adjust its rarity, but I think it's standard, which isn't terrible, right? Yeah. Yeah. Also, the letter from Randy, or Randolph, that Randy letter in the mailroom that mentioned the machine in the lab, it had 9 up, 3 up, but I believe that was part of the solution, so I don't think that matters much. Sure. Can I use my silver key, please? That can give me pump room. Do I have sledgehammer? No. The one nice thing about having armory is just having another way to break chests. Master bedroom. I might as well check the master bedroom. Oh, I got a gem back in payment. That's funny. Yeah, so this was the original Mora one. White tiles and yeah. Okay. 10, but also tag for that. Oh, it's the family. Daniel? Is that his name? Then Mary and Little Simon with a train. Of the giant swimbird plushie on the bed. What else do we got? Key. Yep, foundation, elevator controls. Please advise. Oh yeah, and this is the unfinished letter. Now you must by now you must know that. Fucking love it. Double check the drawers now. Just gotta click everything to see if anything leads to a safe. Like, do the cannons do anything? The wardrobe. Okay, right. So one thing that I thought I recorded a video on but didn't is the rest of the book ciphers. So I was going off of the books that were in the picture in A New Clue, which were The Fixed Stars, Rune and Realm, The Red Prince, and A New Clue. They were given anagrams, but you can anagram them back. So A New Clue was Sundial, Rune and Realm was Scorched, which I also showed on video. The Fixed Stars was Base, and the Red Prince was Turn. So I believe, again, that's all pointing to the Sundial in the orchard that I've already accidentally uncovered. Security, please? Security, please? Sure. Okay, so garage on, gymnasium off. Just gonna toggle the dark room a few times and see if that works. I also don't remember if I brought this up before on stream, but I think cabinet is scratched out because it's referring to the thing in the office where the wires were moved to the drawer beneath it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case, but I don't know, it makes sense in my head. Get a set of gems before doing anything else. What was my... Oh yeah, I was spending 2 or more gems to draft a room. That's right. Had to remember what my thing was. I guess I'll use silver key here. Okay. I mean, I don't mind passageway. Right, as long as it doesn't have security doors is what I was going to say. So yeah, I eventually placed the foundation up here, which has been pretty helpful. There was at least one run where reverse access helped me out. Apparently, you don't need the basement key to go up from the basement. Now that I have the shortcut, at least, going through the collapsed tunnel, the, like, mine shaft, as long as I have the key card, I'm able to make it up through there. Do I have a secret garden key? No. I should double check this for a key card. So, right, math has gotten weirder. 2 dots is double, so it's 6 plus 6. 12 minus 11 is 1. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. So, a third of 1, so 1/3 times 6 is 2. round it up to 10. Or no, square it is 4 and then round it up to 10. Plus a third. So 10 and a third times... Oh, wait, no, you round it down to 0. That's right. Yeah, so 0 plus a third times 9 is 3. Am I stupid? Hold on. So this is 1. Isn't this a third times... Oh, it's a third times 9, and then you square it, which is 9, rounded up to 10. Okay, I see. Phew. Oh, secret garden. There's still some stuff about the billiards room here that's interesting. The numbers here matching the colors of stuff here. I think the fact that the 8 ball, by the way, represents death, using a similar 8 to the one found on, like, the map of the basement is pretty funny if you think about the rules of 8 ball. Yeah, I mean, there's that. There's the rest of the billiard ball. Are there 2 13s? I just realized that. Actually, it seems like there's also 2 5s and 2 3s. 35. 1976 or something? Is that orange stripe? Well, I guess it wouldn't be a 9. Oh, it could be a 9. Five 3 53 2 1 3 12. You know what? Okay, hold on. I don't know offhand what the orange stripe is, but let me go to billiards. So 1 something 7 6 5 3. Cue ball is 0, I'm guessing. I don't know. Then is that a 2? Then 13. And what was the pink one again? 15? 12. I don't think this matters. It's just something that's been bothering me. And we have 10. 13. Which one was that? Is that 2? No, that's not 2. I don't have that. That's why I think it doesn't matter. Blue is 15. This could be like 4. I think it is 4. Oh, wait. Which means it's probably 11 or 14 for that orange stripe. I'm gonna go with 14. I don't know. It's been something that's been on my mind for a while. I've kind of wondered if there's something you can do by, like, pressing numbers on the dartboard that aren't related to the actual puzzle, but I don't know. And yeah. All those. Alright. Oh, this one has a moon, but it is blue. Power must shift to perform the ritual of castling. Though... Uh-oh. The ritual of castling, you say? The ritual of castling. I'm worried about this. I'm kind of worried about this. Unless I gotta close my door. Unless castling is just the process of adopting a new chess piece, a new mantle. However, I don't think that's the case. The ritual of castling. What could this mean? Also, I want to go in here. Oh, that's Ja Ariana. Which I'm pretty sure is words. See, what I was wondering is if Lady Orave was like an old ancestor of either the Sinclairs or the... I guess it would be the Sinclairs. And that's why the, that's why the deed was put to her. Major Nicholas Key the Fourth. It's not Major Desolates the Fourth, though. It's Nicholas Key. I need to look at my grammar study. Those whiteboards. So many notes. I need to see if Ja is something. Ja is... See, Ja is last. If it was Le, it would be a lack of myself. And then Ari is kind of like the word for future? Yenna I haven't found. However, since Loon is water... Wait, was Yenna the name of the Earth planet? Dauja is the Untamed. And Dauja... Let me go open this back up again. Yeah. Day. Last day. Is Untamed. Mora is our colorful world, okay. Is our world. Is Morajai like the end of the world then? Is that the etymology of it? Let's see, where are the rest? Because I could have sworn Yenna was also a planet. There's Mamora and Fenmora. Fenmora being red. And Mamora being guiding light. I think that's all the planets then. So Yenna wasn't. Go back to my grammar notes. By that I mean the picture of the whiteboard that I took. I wanted to see Ma is small. So Mamora... Oh wait, what was Fen again? Oh, it doesn't have a matching word. But I wonder if Fen means something specifically. Because Fenmora and Mamora sound similar. And Mamora being like... What was it? It was the guiding light, I know. But what was the Ma? Small. Is there Moram? Right. I wanted to look for the world maps that had pictures of Spider-Man. And by that I mean pictures of the planets. So there's Mora. Yep. There is... Oh, wait, that's Mamora. I guess Mamora was sort of a North Star. There's Vea, you saw earlier. Fenmora. There's... Okay. So I don't know. Maybe Yenna doesn't mean anything. There's also still this circle, the spiral of stars. I wonder how many stars that is. So there was another memo that said like, the Inkwell is not the biggest constellation, and I'm pretty sure it was a blue memo. So, you know, it's interesting. But I'm wondering if the Spiral of Stars is a constellation. It's just not the 50-star constellation that it mentioned before. Okay. I was like, the curtain behind Baron Edwin Sinclair is red at one point, but I don't think that means anything. I think that's just the texture, the lighting. Count Isaac Gates. Okay. So I didn't end up really finding much out here. Other than, I guess earlier I knew that that bust was Count Gates, and that Count Small Gates would then refer to him in the office. There's pump room. That shuts out the entire bottom side. So I'd rather not do that. Use the secret passage, and then I guess I'll do the shop. Yeah. Because are there any green rooms with that? No. There aren't any red rooms with that. Looking for the rest of the gear rooms, but they might all be blue. I haven't found the boiler room, have I? Just laboratory, workshop, utility closet. Okay. So it's still boiler room, security, and pump room that I have left. Yeah, this is fine. And then, yeah, I do also want observatory more so I can restart stacking my stars. Cool. Sail. Sail. It still turns off. Okay. So, I thought that toggling the power beforehand keeps it from turning off when you enter, but it doesn't. Great. Also, let me just, that's not even the one I was thinking of opening. This one. So yeah, it doesn't have the thing saying that that's a lie. Clumpus room? Nah, I'll do sparesies. I mean, I actually wonder what rooms are still... I'll go and do sauna. I'm starting to think I won't get the Mechanarium this day. Meaning I should probably just focus on figuring things out for later. Oh, commissary's right there, because I can buy those gems now. Oh, and the running shoes. There's the dinner bell. Dinner bell! So something kind of funny / shitty is since I have the foyer, that means I can't possibly get the secret garden through the Great Hall. If if I wanted to spawn Secret Garden here, I'd have to go up to the left and then down and hope that there's a locked door right here. Because since all the hallway doors are unlocked, it never gives you the prompt to actually use the Secret Garden key. Yeah, and also if I dig and activate Kennel before opening the doorway, then you can't get it. Because you have to use the Secret Garden key in order to get the Secret Garden. Even if you have it in the inventory, if you don't do that, then you're shit out dick. Treasure trove is gonna be common. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Nursery is definitely good, but I want to make it standard, and then I want to make this common. There we go. I'm surprised commissary wasn't common to begin with. It's a really good room. It's fairly frequent. Okay. Cock tower. That might be worth ending the day in. Ooh, or I could just, like, end the day in the utility room. I feel like getting the breaker box might not be bad. It's either that or pool room, I think. But probably not pool room, because I actually like having that. Still don't know if there's anything here, but there is that. Sure, let's do this. Okay, so this is the bunk room because it has 2 bananas. Yay! Plus what? Okay. Cool. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, I think since I like having the pool in my house well enough, I'm just gonna end the day in the breaker or the utility closet, which is this away, that away. I'm glad I remembered the monk. Continue. Okay. All right. I'm still kind of kicking myself for the first run I did today. Also, by the way, it is 3:30 where I am, and I do have places to be tonight, so there's a chance that I don't actually get to do anything today. This might be my last this might be my last run, essentially, of the day. I'm really, really curious what the treasure trove is holding. And I'm glad that I was able to make it more common. I have to wonder how many envelopes there are now, because I feel like I've gotten a lot. Yeah. Again, this time I'm still mainly trying to get the gear rooms for the mechanarium, though this is good too. So it has a little dinghy. The family core can be found in a red room with a 5-letter name. The family core. core? So, what does it mean, the family core? Also, I know that it's not a red room with a 5-letter name. It's any other color of room with a 5-letter name. The family core. I mean, I can't think of a different word that would fit there. Like the family cove? The family core? Let's see. Rooms with 5-letter names. Does room 8 count? Attic, I guess? Attic might be it. Vault. Study. Sauna. Let me write these down. None of those. Foyer. Is it talking about the bus in the foyer? Patio. None of those have that. Casino? It's got 5 letters. Hobble. What is a family core? I still don't know what that means. Like, I don't know how else to read that, too. Family core. If that is, like, the bus in the foyer, that would make sense, but I don't really see why that would be a family core. So what, that was one of the Sinclairs, and that is that one of the Epsons, or is that another Sinclair? I have definitely kind of wondered if there's something else going on here, but I don't really think there's anything else in the entrance. Family core. I'm just gonna look up family core. What is a family core? Apparently it's a number of companies and family core blueprints. Great. What is the family core? Okay. And it's not the family tree, because that's in the root cellar. Root cellar, notably, does not have 5 letters in the name. It has like 9 or 10. Yeah, 10. Oh, that was one of the worst walk-in closets. Shovel. Nice. Family core. Google really did not help. Granted, Google has also been going downhill drastically, but I feel like that's beside the point. I can't use Secret Passage to get any of these gear rooms, which is sad. Think about the witches. Think about how sad the witches are. They're in crisis. Yeah. It's like I could have gone lab or pool, and pool is more doors, but I'd rather do the lab now than pay you Tuesday for a, or pay you now for a thing on Tuesday. I messed up the bit. I'm pretty sure all the science diagrams are pretty much useless outside of the one that's not useless. What is that? Does it say Herbert? I don't think I'm meant to read that sticky note. I think the only one that really matters is this one. Complete thaw. Point ice. Yeah. I guess besides being kind of funny, that does show Kimberly's, like, handwriting. I'm still on that handwriting thing, by the way. I still think it's relevant. Oh, it's over here. Over here? Where is this picking me up? What did I just... Was it that? No. Oh, that's where it is. I was like, I was trying to find the pixel hunt. I thought there was something important in here that I didn't get, but... Nah. Okay, let's go backwards now. There's some dirt in my eye. Do it from here. Cool. I think I've got when I say got everything or done everything, I guess I mean, like, everything puzzle-wise. I think I've done everything in here puzzle-wise. It would be funny if I didn't and there was some secret extra hidden puzzle or something, but I feel like having the Great Alzara is, you know, puzzle enough. Boiber room. But I haven't gotten the pool yet. I already got the lab. So it's probably actually better to not use that door yet. And wait and see if I get the pool and then use that to get the pump room, ideally. I know ideals only get you so far when it comes to drafting in this game, but it's a good plan, I think. Rotund. Do I care that much about this? I guess the cloister's fine. It's either that or coat check, but I mainly have the coat check now just to hold on to the car keys, because I've confirmed that I've used the telescope up entirely in the planetarium. So I don't need to check the telescope anymore. I'm pretty sure I don't need to check the sledgehammer, and it seems easier to get the shovel in the base sledgehammer without having them checked. Damn it. Oh wait, I do have the... Okay, this is actually good. So what I can do is remote connect to the security room, use the key card system to change their offline settings, and then turn it off back in the breaker room. Terminal. I gotta connect to the terminal, Luigi. Keycard system. Damn, I'm so good at streaming, at stealing other streamers' bits, by the way. Unlocked. Back and exit. I should have plenty of steps, right? I don't have any of the cool bedrooms, but I mean, I should have plenty of steps, right? I know there's also some dirt in the kennel that I can still open up and maybe get a turnip or something. Was it? Set my dice to 2? Okay. For some reason I thought it was spread dirt on the driveway. Okay, all the way back here. I probably should have just turned off the keycard system when I first came here. Considering I didn't have the keycard. Okay. Go ahead and do this really quick. Cool. Pretty sure I bought everything there. I dug up everything here. I don't think I'm missing any other dig sites. Got this. But I can't use that yet. But now I can go north here. Yay. Perfect. I mean, wait. Ah, there it is. go ahead and do this. So 5 minus 4 is 1. Times that is 6. Squared divided by 6 is 6 again. Negative third, round up to negative... Or no, round to 0, right? Then negative 1. It's negative 1. Go back to negative 1. Do that. It's 9? No? Am I wrong? Wouldn't the negative third... Oh, wait, hold on. A third of 2. That might go to 1. Wait, no? Is it 8? No. And it wasn't 9. So what am I missing? Whoop. Oh, you don't use 2. I didn't see that there. So it's just 10. Okay. Still don't know what a family core is, by the way. I'm still hung up on that. Something interesting, by the way, is that this little hatch is in the aquarium, but also in the tunnel. I wonder what other rooms have that. I wanted to see if there was any new clues. If there was anything else for where the other microchips would be. I kind of wonder if the corner cases / dead cases mean anything. There's 2 candles with candle holders. And there's that. Maybe I should go back to the tomb and check the saint statues? Apple, banana, orange. That certainly means something. Yeah. All those. Huh. That has a hammer in a similar shape to the one that was drawn by Randolph next to a blue vase. Where all is there a blue vase like that? Interesting. Okay, so this is a blue one on rank 9. Does that mean there's a hidden memo here? Or was it rank 8? I'm pretty sure it's rank 9 that has the hidden blue memos. For the blue tents. Just keeping an eye out for anything blue, but that's very difficult because there's a lot of blue books. I wonder if it could be in the scrapbook. Oh, hey, look, it's all the stamps. Stamp collecting. Nope. Let me double check that. Where's the picture of when I bought the blue tent? Because that would have 8th rank. Oh, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. Damn, that means that if there is a foundation blue tent memo, That's gonna be a bitch to find. I do want the kitchen just so I make sure I have enough steps. Because, yeah, I would have to move my foundation up a rank, which would mean removing it with repellent and wasting at least a day on the monk with the foundation, which I don't want to do right now, even though I have the monk. Unfortunately, don't have a lot available. This is boudoir. Okay. I didn't see anything happen. If anyone else did, then feel free to mention it, because no idea what that did for me. Not having gems is really annoying. I know it's a real first world problem, ultimately. Oh, okay. I was like, why do I have another library? It's because you're guaranteed to get the library from there. Oh, that's funny. And it gives me the request form. Kind of want to get History of Arindia and see if that has an interesting word cipher trick. Okay. This lack of gems is killing me. I haven't really had gem problems for a while, so I'm kind of surprised it's suddenly rearing its head. I guess I should do this so I can get into the foundation. Maybe I'll dig up a gem? Maybe I'll dig up a gem? Maybe I'll dig up a gem? Is that all the dirt? Damn. Plans. Okay, it doesn't have a gem cost, so. And no gems means no pool, and no pool makes me a dull boy. Planetarium has gem. Oh wait, hold on, no, it doesn't. That's right. Unless this? No, god damn it. Why doesn't the chest have a gem? Blue, there we go, blue memo. Duh. The Inkwell is not the largest constellation. Yeah. So there is one bigger than the Inkwell, and I think it's the Spiral of Stars. Oh, I think my dog wants out of my room. Bonnie, do you want to leave my room forever? No. So what are we working with then? Ugh. I want to go all the way back to the conference room. I guess one possibility is that I either suddenly find myself with... Damn it. All of these suck. I'll go Dovecoat just so I could get dirt. Well, I was gonna say one possibility is that I get like the conservatory or something in the top left and then can draft the mechanarium above the conference room. Or below, I guess. Where am I going? Where's my door? There it is. However, still a bit of a shot in the dark, and with like no resources except a shit ton of gold, it's probably not gonna happen. I'm still fine with ending the day in the breaker room, though. I feel like that was a pretty cool idea. I haven't had any spreads. Okay. Yeah, it still doesn't work. The only way to protect yourself from the forces of flashing lights is to not draft the dark room. There's even a point off stream where I repelled it for a while just to get it out of my hair. It's like, this needs to go. Damn, so no mechanarium this time. Unfortunately, I really should get moving because I need to take a shower, have dinner, and then go to FGC night, where I will proceed to not play fighting games. Alright, call it a day here. Yeah, again, I don't really know if this is a definite sanctum key, but considering there was a antechamber lever as well, I feel like it might be a good sort of thing to go for. I guess the problem with using the monk on the utility box is that it means I can't get tool shed, which has a chance of getting the gear wrench. If I could coat check the gear wrench, that might help. Because I thought that gear wrench was supposed to increase the odds of getting those rooms, but I don't know. Anyways, we at least went over the offline progress today, which I got a lot done offline. And I feel like I'm starting to get to the important parts of the trove. I still don't know what a family core is. I'm too afraid to click the Google link that says Family Core Blueprints, because I feel like that's going to spoil me. Family Cove? Either way, I don't think I'll be streaming this weekend. However, I will try to be back next week, and hopefully I'll have done some more offline progress of Blueprints. So for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.